Hello everyone, welcome to the new video in the Telegram series.
Everyone. Welcome to the second video. Yesterday I asked the question, what are the two main conditions for a system to be considered as the reference electrode? Most of you got the condition of constant potential correct. So a reference electrode has to have a constant potential. If it has a variable potential, then every time the value that we get in the voltmeter will be different. So that's why we will not be able to get the correct potential of the working electrode. That's the reason why we need a constant potential for the reference electrode. Now the second condition, which some of you did get right, is reversible reaction. Now let me go a bit more detail into what this means. Now suppose we'll take this system. In this system, the potential of any electrode means its ability to accept or reject electrons. Now if the reference electrode undergoes a certain reaction where it accepts electrons through the circuit, it means that it is forcing the working electrode to reject electrons. If the working electrode rejects electrons, it means that it is going to dissolve into the solution. Now suppose if we go about it in the inverse way, and now the reference electrode is going to reject electrons, and that those electrons are going to go to the working electrode. If the reference electrode is rejecting electrons, it means that that reference electrode is not going to go into the solution, and it will essentially lose its thickness, character, properties, everything. That's why if we have an irreversible reaction of accepting or rejecting electrons, the potential of the reference electrode will change. So now we will not have a constant potential. Hence, we need the reference electrode to have a reversible reaction, which means that the reference electrode has to have some system and not just be a single line. It has to have some system with a certain electrolyte and some particles inside it, which will ensure that if it rejects electrons, there will be electrons given inside the system itself. If suppose it accepts electrons, then inside the system it will reject electrons. So in this particular part, there will always be a reversible reaction. This will ensure that the potential of the electrode is constant. So that's about it for today. The question is related to the ammeter now. So we know that the in the earlier part, the ammeter measures the current in the counter electrode and working electrode. So what is the quantity that is measured in the ammeter when we use the Tafel plot in corrosion testing? Post. Thank you.